Hello, fellow YouTubers. This is the Desert Cardinal here, coming to you from the desert Southwest. My name is Paul, and I've been chronicling for you guys my journey through mental illness. I was talking to a subscriber yesterday, and she asked if I could talk about coping skills, and I said sure. And so um, being mentally ill doesn't immune us to problems. We're always going to be faced with problems, whether we're mentally ill or not. Excuse me. Um, Sometimes when we are faced with a problem, um, it's difficult to cope because any number of reasons. We may be having persistent symptoms like hallucinations, racing thoughts, depression, um, any number of things. Uh, so that makes well, for me anyway, at least, it makes my ability to cope difficult. Medication. Oftentimes, the medication we're on, we can become very impulsive and do things or say things that we probably shouldn't. Um, and so, uh, I was a teacher for many years, and I taught kids with mental illnesses. And one of the things that I taught that I actually use myself um, is a coping skill for problem solving. Um, let's say, for instance, um, a close personal relationship you're in. Could be your spouse, it could be a family member, it could be a friend. Um, and you guys have an argument, and you get really upset. And um, say you're talking and you argue and you get upset and you both leave and you're both angry, and you go home and you're stewing in it and you're thinking, oh, I'm so angry. I just, hate this person, and I just wish they wouldn't act that way. And you sit down on the computer and you get on Facebook and you shoot them a nasty note, and you're like, yeah, or whatever. And we've all been there. It's easy to do, call on the phone, leave a nasty voicemail or whatever. And, that's not good. We don't want to treat people that way. And it's easy to do. I mean, you know, the thing that a lot of people don't understand is that when you're mentally ill, you tend to be impulsive, and you can do things that you don't really mean to do, but because of the impulsivity or maybe the persistent symptoms that you're dealing with, you just don't deal with things correctly. So there's a really nifty kind of problem solving, um, an acronym, I guess that's what it would be to use, and it's called SODA, SODA. And the first thing is to stop, the S. You stop. That's always the best thing uh, to do. If you're, say you've just gotten in an argument and you come home and you're angry, so you stop, and and then you observe, you think about how you're feeling right now, and what's going on. Oh, I'm angry, I'm resentful, um, I'm sad, I'm hurt. Observe how you feel, and give a name to it, and write it down or say it out loud, but um, own the feeling. Um, Observe your physical reactions. Are you shaking? From being angry. If we get angry, our adrenaline can start rushing, and part of that could be that we tremble. Observe those things, and then say, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm angry. I'm upset, and so what am I going to do? Which brings us to the D. Um, Deliberate or decide. Either way, you can say, you know, or yeah, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. That's one of my persistent symptoms. Uh, so yeah, you deliberate. You think, okay, I could call this person up and leave a nasty voicemail. Um, but what would that really solve? It would just hurt them. I'd feel bad about it later, and that just wouldn't be good. Or I could, sit down and write an email and explain how I feel, and um, you can use terminology like, when you did blank, it made me feel blank. When you got upset with me, um, it made me feel ashamed and sad. You know, and that way you're owning your feelings. You're expressing yourself, and you're owning it. And whatever the person decides to do with it, it's on them. You're doing the right thing. So you decide, you deliberate, you think, okay, what are my options? What can I do? This is how I'm feeling. So you know what? The best thing to do right now is to do nothing. So you act. So that's the A. So you have the S, which is stop. You have the O, which is observe. You have the D, which is deliberate or decide. What are you going to do? And then the A is act. So I'm going to act. I'm going to not do anything. There's another acronym called HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. If you're hungry, angry, lonely, tired, stop. you know so in this situation, in this personal relationship that I'm having difficulty with, I'm going to just not do anything right now, and then later on I'll decide what it is that I'm going to do. And that has really helped me because I'm very impulsive, I'm very emotional. If I get in an argument, um, or even if the situation is starting to get a little bit intense, I usually pop off and start saying stuff or doing things, and if I can remember the soda, um, and if all I can remember from it is just to stop, that's that's progress. That's good. Um, and excuse me, and then go on and decide, observe, how you're feeling and thinking, and and then decide and deliberate, and then act. And that's a real good coping skill for me. I Like I said, I taught it to my students, and they used it, and um, uh, it really helps. I do have a thing printed out um, about coping skills and stress. and they're 99 coping skills. I won't read them all, but I'll read some of them. Exercise, I need to do that. Write poetry, stories, or journal. Scribble or doodle on paper. Be with other people. That helps me a lot. I have a friend that I call, and we usually, most generally we try to get together once a week, and I look forward to that, and that really helps me. Um, Watch a favorite TV show if you have like Netflix or Hulu or something like that that you can watch. Music, listening to music or playing music if you play an instrument. Um, Punch a punching bag, let yourself cry, take a nap, take a hot shower, play with a pet, go shopping. Well, that might not be a good one. Meditate, that's real good. Um, Bake cookies, um, uh, play basketball, write a letter, send an email, um, dance. I mean, one time, you know, I had it was like when the iPods first came out, we had the shuffles, the little iPod shuffles. I had some music on it, and it was late at night, and I was in the backyard, and I put some music on it, and I was listening, and I just had this urge to dance, and it was like, probably 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and I started dancing in my backyard, and it really felt good. I just now remembered that I should do that more. Um, go for a drive if you drive. For me, I can't do that. Create or build something. Pray. Go to a friend's house. Watch an old movie. Um, Call your therapist or talk to somebody close to you. Coloring. Um, that really helps a lot. Um, um, Search for ridiculous things on the internet. Be careful. Um, Make a CD or a playlist of your favorite songs. Um, do some yard work. Go through your old photographs. Play a video game. Text or call an old friend. Um, let's see. Yeah, just stuff like that. And we're not done. I'll do some more videos on coping skills and some different things. Um, but again, like for me, the problem solving deal with the soda, uh, that really helps. You know, especially when it's maybe a family situation and tempers are rising and you don't want to pop off and say things that you will later regret. And so, like I said, just even if you can remember to stop, um, you know, that's good. And it's in recovery literature they talk about progress and not perfection. And that's important. We're not going to ever be perfect. We're not going to ever master mental illness. We're not ever going to you know, just wake up one day and everything falls into place and it's perfect. It's not going to happen. Um, but we can make progress. And um, for me, progress right now would be, get out more, do more things with my family outside of the house, go for a walk. Um, my insurance has I have a free membership to a gym here, a local gym that's just within walking distance where I live, and I can do that, and whatever it is that you find that helps you, um, that's what you need to do. And it's trial and error, finding something, a hobby. Like one of my hobbies is, this, the the vaping thing. um, you can, inside of here is a coil, and you can rebuild the coils, and I get into all that sort of thing, and that's one of my coping skills, um, is making coils. You have this little wire, and you have a little coil jig, and you wrap the wire around it, and you make sure that you have the proper wraps, and I could go on and on. But you know again, it's whatever it is that helps you. And and but it's finding it. You got to find it. You got to get in that niche, and okay, you know what, this helps. So if you have other ideas, feel free to leave a comment. um, we'll talk some more tomorrow, maybe about like the persistent symptoms and stress, and how we can deal with that. If you have ideas like this other subscriber of videos that you would like to see, feel free to leave a comment, or you can email me at desertrainbow66 at gmail.com. Thank you.